Let me get some action going here. Come on. Oops. Mandarinata. Italians know what's up. Today I'll be sharing 10 classy, masculine, and sexy fragrances that I love to smell on a man. Cue the music! Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Andrea, also known as Curly Sense, and thank you so much for stopping by. In this video, we're taking a look at some fragrances for all you classy gentlemen out there. Whether you're looking for a new office scent, signature scent, something to impress a classy lady, or you just so fancy that you need a fragrance to keep up with your drip, something on this list will have you covered. Before we get started, I just wanted to let you guys know that almost all of these fragrances can be found at fragrancebuy.ca for some really good prices. I know most of you know them by now, but if you don't, I highly suggest checking them out if you are allergic to retail prices and want to get authentic fragrances on the cheap. I also wanted to fill you in on a huge inventory haul that is taking place on their website today, January 29th, and they'll be carrying some harder to find fragrances like the elusive Issey Miyake Noir Ambre, for example. So be sure to check out their new arrivals page for some rare goodies, and I will leave a link down below. Kicking off the list is a fragrance for a gentleman who's a bit more on the daring side and maybe likes to live life on the edge. It's a Layton exclusive by Parfum de Marly. First things first, I do enjoy this one more than the original Layton. I know that this is definitely the unpopular opinion, but to me exclusive takes things to a much deeper, richer, and sexier place. The added woodiness and coffee create a more upscale and luxurious feel, but there's also a sweet and dirty playfulness coming from vanilla, oud, and civet. It's such a great choice for a nighttime event where you want to stand out because of the perfect balance between sophistication and sex appeal. So if you're looking for a unique, long-lasting scent that kills two birds with one stone, look no further. Coming in at number 9, I have something a little bit more understated if you're not really looking for that sweet and daring vibe. It's Tom Ford's Grey Vetiver EDP. Super refreshing, zesty, sharp and clean, with a beautiful grapefruit, vetiver, and woody combination. This is a very easy to enjoy vetiver that will elevate your classiness regardless of what you're wearing. I can see this one being perfect for things like a first date, maybe attending a wedding, or anything where you want to leave a pleasant impression without being too distracting. Performance is not the greatest, but I actually think it works well for this kind of scent profile, and you will definitely still receive great feedback from both men and women. For the number 8 spot, I have yet another Tom Ford and quite a polarizing choice. But allow me to explain exactly why it's in this list. It's Tom Ford's Black Orchid EDP. Now, I can already hear some people saying,
Carly, what on earth are you talking about? This is a women's fragrance.
First of all, in my opinion, this is 100% unisex. Second, a lot of women actually find it incredibly attractive when a man can pull off a more feminine fragrance. The few times I've smelled Black Orchid on a man, I've always found it very intriguing. And I end up viewing that person as quite confident, interesting, and slightly daring. This is a beautiful fruity dark floral with a good dose of earthy patchouli, and in my opinion, a masterpiece regardless of who's wearing it. And hey, if the king of pop himself wore this, then you know it's good. The number 7 spot is one of my all-time favorite fragrances from the House of Creed, and it's Green Irish Tweed. So guys, if you're looking for a super safe, ultra versatile fragrance that is also very attractive, this is your choice. It's such a clean and masculine scent that literally smells like a guy who's freshly showered, well-groomed, and put together. And trust me guys, it's extremely attractive to women when a guy smells and looks like he takes care of himself. GIT is a perfect office scent or an everyday scent for somebody who wears a suit or a dress shirt to work. Despite the comparisons to cool water, I personally think this smells like money. And the green herbal bitterness gives it a classic edge fit for a gentleman. At The number 6 spot is a Hall of Famer on my channel, and the only reason this is so low on this list is because I wanted to give the spotlight to some other fragrances that I haven't recommended yet. It's Terre d'Hermes by Hermes. Easily one of my favorite designers of all time, and a true representation of a modern classic. This is earthy vetiver heaven with supporting citrus and woods, and the words classy and masculine fit this so perfectly. Now I can see this smelling a bit weird or off-putting to a younger audience, and up close it can smell a little harsh when first spraying. But the trail this leaves is one of the sexiest scent bubbles I've ever smelled in my life. This is also a perfect signature scent for spring and fall months. Speaking of signature scents, the number 5 spot is a fragrance that I've been enjoying for quite some time now, and this is finally the perfect list to feature it on. It's Signature Purom by Zaharoff. The perfect way to describe this one is classic masculine gone sensual and modern. When you first spray it, you get that classic burst of lavender, but it's instantly followed by warm, creamy, woody, and smoky facets. It's a very smooth yet potent fragrance that almost gives off a calming effect that's extremely pleasant. What I also love about this fragrance is how high quality it is. George Zaharoff literally traveled all around the world to source some of the finest, eco-friendly, and sustainable ingredients to create this beautiful fragrance. Coming in at number 4 is a 1988 creation that I will never stop talking about. And yes, you've guessed it, it's Dior's Fahrenheit. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at speed of flight. I know you want a supersonic man out of you. Don't stop me now, you know it's such a good time. My description? Sexy time? Now, this could easily be in my top 10 sexiest fragrances of all time, top 10 most unique fragrances, and is in this list too because a t-shirt and jeans does not do this fragrance justice. But I mean, I'm not complaining, even if you wore this in the dead of summer with your birthday suit on. All jokes aside, this is an incredible violet leaf leather fragrance with a distinct petroleum and cucumber vibe to it. Βενζίνα, μάνα μου, πάει στο gas station, βάλεις το, Παναγιά μου, βενζίνα, βενζίνη, κατάλαβες? Πετρέλαιο, you know, you go to gasoline and you get high from it. What a lot of people don't talk about is the incredibly comforting, sweet, and musky dry down, which is one of my favorite parts of this fragrance. Fahrenheit and a nice tailored black suit. Put a ring on it. Kicking off the top 3 is a fragrance that gives me the female equivalent of a woody. It's Ford Oud Wood. This is another one of those fragrances that is equally as sexy as it is classy. So if you're looking to be the most elegant man in the room, but also the most seductive, then this is for you. Don't be scared of the word oud, because here it's a very light oud. I mainly pick up on a creamy sandalwood and vanilla, with a slight touch of vetiver. What I love about it is that even though it's not a super loud fragrance, it has no trouble turning heads, and most women just seem to adore this stuff. It is such a smooth and suave scent that is perfect for more formal occasions where you're gonna be in closer encounters with others. My number 2 spot, and just a hair below the number 1 spot, is a more recent discovery of mine that also happens to be the creation of a fellow YouTuber. It's Gravidas Purom by Norton and Wilson. So then over at the channel, Mr. Smelling 1977 is known for his love of vintage classic men's fragrances, and honestly, I wasn't really expecting to be a huge fan of this. It has all the typical aspects that you expect to find in an aromatic fougere, but the vanilla and muskiness really stand out for me, and the result is, for a lack of a better word, delicious. I don't know how they turned this DNA into something so irresistible, but I'm so impressed with this fragrance, and surprisingly, it blows me away from opening until dry down. Alright gentlemen, we've arrived at our final destination. I would like to thank you for choosing Curly Sense Airlines, and I hope you enjoyed the ride. Coming in at number 1 is a fragrance by the king of class himself, and it's none other than Danger Parfum Cologne by Roja Parfum. Mr. Duff says that Danger was created for a man that knows the effect he has on people around him when he goes out. And I absolutely love that description. To me, it smells like a confident, more mature man who knows what he wants, but who also has a warm, soft, and irresistible side to him. Danger opens up very green, citrusy, and brisk, but the dry down is so rich, cozy, earthy, and slightly powdery. It's the kind of dry down that just makes you want to cuddle up on the man who's wearing this fragrance, and you know you're in good hands. Conversation time! I would love to hear your thoughts on any of the fragrances in this video, or let me know what fragrances you love to wear in classy situations. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, don't forget to subscribe, turn on your bell notifications, and give this video a big thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed it. See you soon!